Hey, splenic flexure syndrome. I just made a half-an-hour video about on my other channel, so I'm kind of out of breath, so forgive me. I talked to you about the splenic flexure syndrome, but I wanted to make something very clear because sometimes it's better to see someone on camera explaining it rather than it just on words. So I wanted to make it really clear that the first thing, when you have the splenic flexure syndrome, I can't imagine going about my day without treatment, okay? So I take Buscopan. This causes pain, colic. Like I said, when I wake up in the morning, or say you eat your meal, say halfway through, or even at the beginning, you feel like, and I've explained this before, it's like there's a metal, it's like there's a crowbar stuck in my left side going up into my rib, okay? And so that's your transverse colon going up, and it's just beating up, beating up, beating up. And most of the times it happens when you're eating, and when you're done, it sticks around for a while, and then it has, like at this secret unlocking position, right? It just dies off. If you're having trouble going to the bathroom, there's obviously something wrong with what you're eating. If you're in the States, well, you're in the States, right? I had to look a little further into Buscopan. I don't believe it's illegal, but it's illegal for them to make it and sell because something happened with the side effects that was so rare that happened that they stopped, that the FDA for some reason decided not to do it. But you can still order them in, I believe, and I don't believe that's illegal. I think it's just the making of selling it in stores. That's it. But there's another medication, and it's called. So this is just this little tablet of Buscopan. It's got something in it called nightshade. Okay, I don't know. Don't ask me. It's the other name of Buscopan is hyoscine. And in the States, you guys still have like a reverse type, but long lasting. That'll last maybe 4 or 5 hours. There's ones that last 12 or 24 hours, and it's called hyoscine. So this is hyoscine, and what you have is called hyoscine. I've never taken that. So it's reverse in Canada, US. We don't have that here, and so it's just opposite. So so number one, you're going to have to treat. You're going to have to treat it. I also take diacetyl, a bromide. I don't know. You can choose to do that or not. Maybe Buscopan is good enough. But this is a disorder that is not common, like we talked about. It is not common. How many people do you know have this? And like I'm the only person who makes videos about this. So I believe I am. I hope more people do. So like I said, it's like you have a crowbar stuck and it's just beating up so hard. You feel like you're going nuts. At points you think you're having a heart attack. If you don't protect yourself with a Buscopan, you're going to go through the worst symptoms. And I have to ask, why would you? If you can afford it, use those. My life would go probably downhill because I use it also for kidney stones and gallbladder attacks, which are pretty horrible. So, but when I didn't have those issues, I still needed this quite badly. There are times where you're going to feel like you're going to pass out, and the reason for that is because you're not taking a Buscopan. A Buscopan will stop that. The times you feel like you're going to pass out, the splenic flexure can get that bad. So don't worry, I'll get to the point of going to the bathroom. Give me a sec as I'm actually eating as I go along and drinking. I just made another video. Give me a sec. what you eat. Okay, so see what I'm eating? Oatmeal and blueberries without treatment. Treatment. You have a disease, you have to treat it. And those are smooth muscle relaxants. So they both help my speaking and breathlessness actually, but they stop colic. Of course this causes colic. So if you have this, like you have this like solid thing beating up against it, number one, you're going to have the right foods in your system, right? There's a reason at my dinner why I have, I go to the grocery store, I buy a whole stock per day. I eat a whole stock at dinner with my fish and vegetables. I eat a whole stock of leaf lettuce because that helps. Number one, it's fiber. That helps, helps you go to the bathroom. Lettuce and greens help you go to the bathroom. You're going to have to sip water throughout the day. At each meal I eat, I drink a liter of water. I know people say, you can get sick that way, but hey, I have to keep myself hydrated. It's the right foods in your system that are going to make the difference. There's a few steps here. Get treatment, number one. Number two, make sure you're eating the right foods. You're not going to think, oh, I can't eat that until you take a Buscopan, and you're going to see what you're going to be able to eat. If I didn't have that, I would still try to eat, but I would suffer a lot. So let's just say you have in your system, like you said, like just potatoes, and it didn't sound like there was too much more than that. I mean, I don't know if that's going to really help all that much. The less you eat, the harder it's going to be to go to the bathroom. If you don't have a mixture of greens, you're going to have to eat fruits too. So me, I have blueberries, and at the end of the night, so I have blueberries on my cereal twice a day. And then at the end of the night, I eat about, let's just say 12 big grapes. That's what I do. Helps me go to the bathroom. So so it's the foods. So what's the next thing? I have to be there's a reason I'm very strict about in my life because of my abdomen with the splenic flexure syndrome. Not just because of my other pain disorders, but because of the splenic flexure syndrome, I've been forced to live like someone would in the Marines or in the Army. I'm not kidding you. So what I do is, I'm not saying you have to work out every day. That's not what I'm saying, but it certainly helps. After each meal, I do activity. So as I said, you have that like this. It's like a solid bar pressing up into your splenic flexure. My question to you is, if you have the right foods, and I guess maybe if you don't either, you just have food in your abdomen. You have to have enough in there, right, to go have a proper bowel movement. You're going to have to be willing to go for a walk, and I'll tell you why. So let's say I wake up and I eat, and I go work out. So I just go have a shower, I come out, I'm eating this, right? I'm going to transition into another meal. But let's say I haven't eaten in a while, and then I decide to go to eat a meal. 5 minutes after I start that meal, it starts pressing in, right? You know that pressing in is going to happen for quite some time. And I told you, for each meal, I sit there for an hour and eat slowly while I do my work and let my meds kick in. When that hour is done, I know I have chores I have to go and do groceries, go out and sell stuff, do whatever it is, go to my folks' house. Because it's pressing in so hard, how else are you going to go to the bathroom? Number one, you say, well, I don't want to move off that spot. But I feel the same way too. Like I may sit there and I'm like, I don't want to move. But if you have treatment with it, you're going to have to go on that walk, because if you don't go on that walk, good luck pushing it through with the splenic flexure syndrome. And if you continue to stay in your home and not go for frequent walks, you're not going to go to the bathroom. That is my opinion, because I've lived it. I've brought myself to a position where I know what I have to do to go to the bathroom the next day. It doesn't mean I'm not going to go to the bathroom the next day if I don't do these things, but it may happen not in the morning. It may happen at the end of the night and put me in irregularity. So I know after each main meal I eat, I have to, because it's like pushing up, what do? I attack it, right? I attack it immediately. I go for a walk and I go walk, let's just say 2 or 3 kilometers. So you can just go for a kilometer, but don't go for a slow walk. Your aim is to push it through. I think that's about what I have to say about that. Eat the right foods, drink water, get treatment for that pain. It's just a simple little pill, or where you're in the States, you can order it. I order it on eBay. I get it from my pharmacy as well, but actually eBay is cheaper because eBay has a money back guarantee. So if someone tries to, they can't screw you over, you get your money back. And I think you can get it for anywhere from 50 cents a pill to like Canadian to, I don't know, maybe like 35. At one time I got 25. You just have to look over all the things on eBay. There's a whole lot of them, and just find the best deals. But gotta have good food in your bowel. You have to have good food in your bowel. Stuff that pushes. You're gonna have to eat fiber, and that's what I've learned. You have to eat fibrous foods, or you're not gonna have a good movement. I know where you are. I was there, and I learned how to do it. And I made it. I told you, if I go for just one walk, I don't go to the bathroom the next day. Not that I won't, but it's because I didn't push it through at every meal that I ate. So you get my point. Anyways, I hope that helps.